And welcome back to Return to Glory, Episode 4 with St. Etienne. You know how it goes. You get into a groove, you're clicking, you're playing games, you're taking notes. It's the middle of a transfer window. You're trying to negotiate when your back's against the wall budget-wise, and the next thing you know, the transfer window is over, and the games you wanted to play and broadcast, you click through. And that's exactly what happened here. I have no idea what the heck I was thinking. It's not a defense, but it was like 2:30 last night when I noticed what I did, and it was still just one of those things. So we beat Nancy 3-1 in the French Cup 8th round. I think that's the game we played. It's been a really long day. To be 100% honest with you, I'm not quite sure why I'm recording, but I want to try and stay on a routine. So this is what I'm doing. We played 2 friendlies in the World Cup. Clairefontaine is actually the French Youth Academy. We thumped them 7-0. PSG's B squad. Second team, 2 squad, I don't know what you'd call it. We beat them 3-0 as well against ASSE. We beat them 3-1 against Caen. We beat them 3-1. And then I know at one point in time I said we were going to come back for the Bastia game. I totally forgot the French Cup 9th round match always pops up in like the first week in January. And I looked at it and thought, oh, we're playing Lyon. They're going to thump us. I'll just play it and you go from there. And we shut them out 3-0. It was a really good match. Joel Gelhardt had a brace of goals. Cafaro had a goal. A lot of guys did really, really good. If we pull up the match report here, we had 23 shots, 10 on target, a bunch of yellow cards. I'm still kind of hacked about that. I don't know what the heck is going on. You know, we're not tackling hard. We're pressing a little bit harder. I'm not diving into tackles or anything like that. It's just, you know, the FM Jellicoe yellow card routine has been enabled. So we then turned around and beat Stade Lavallois 3-2. We beat Niort 1-0. And then Clermont, we just lost to in the French 10th Cup round. And I didn't play that because I thought, oh, it's Clermont. We can beat them, no problem. That's what I get for thinking like that. League-wise, though, we are doing really, really well. We are currently first place, 3 points ahead of Le Havre. Le Havre? See, I want to pronounce that Havre because there's a town in Montana called Havre that I've been to multiple times. I think it's Le Havre. I always just call him Lahac, H-A-C. We also have a game in hand, so we're doing really well there. I think as long as we don't suffer any major injuries going forward, we have a chance at finishing top 2. The transfer window is on the verge of closing, if not closed already. Actually, I think it closed last night. Check the calendar. We're playing Sochaux, we're playing Bastia, then it closes. I don't think we're going to make any more moves. We got 1.1 million left. I'm currently against it. Like I mentioned, spending-wise, I should adjust this because we're not making any more moves. There's still a couple of players we might have leave, but at this point, it can't be helped. Leave ourselves a little bit of transfer money just in case. On the ins, first in, Daniel Gonzalez, a striker. I felt I needed more depth up top, and frankly, I'm taking a little bit of a flyer on him. He's 20 years old. I cannot read that yellow. Just a second. There we go. That's a lot better. He's got good acceleration and pace, good determination and teamwork. You know, looking at this, there's not a lot of holes in his game. The issue is he doesn't really excel anywhere either at the moment. But he's 20 years old, 6'1", 176 pounds. He's an exciting prospect who isn't far from first team level. I think he can do a job for us. Will he be a superstar? Will he be a wonder kid? Probably not. But I'm not looking for a wonder kid. I'm looking for someone who can come in and do a credible job. One of the things that stood out to me was his ball control is nice. His final third isn't too bad. His shooting is really nice. I'm not a fan of long shots, so it doesn't bother me that that's only a 10. His aerial game could be a little bit better. We can work on that. Positioning-wise, he's doing really well. Tackling, he's a forward. I'm not expecting him to be a tackling machine, but I do like his concentration there. That can get better too. So with these attributes right here, if we consider those a baseline, if he improves even just half of them in certain areas, I will be more than happy with that. I mean, the one thing that did stand out to me is that 20 years old, his passing is already really nice. 12 passing, 13 technique, 13 vision. The off the ball could come up, you know, but again, I'm not too worried about that. And we got him on a free. And then this was a surprise. Axel Tuanzebe was available on a free. For whatever reason, he was at Man United. They let him go to Villa on loan, and then he came back and he went out to Napoli. I don't have the real name fix on. I started this without the real name fix. And he came back and they released him. So he was available on a free. And he comes in on not a bad contract for us. $12,500 a week, $7,250 after tax. Yeah, it's 5% of the club's total payroll. He's got a loyalty bonus and things like that. But for a 25-year-old defensive center back who can also play defensive left back and right back and defensive mid in a pinch, yeah, he has a little bit of an injury history, but I got a decent rotation going on. And there's no real weaknesses in his game other than set pieces and crossing. And he's a defensive center back, 6'1", 165 pounds. His aerial's nice. His positioning's good. His tackling's good. His ball control's not bad. The movement, the off the ball is a little bit on the low side, but again, defensive center back. Same thing with passing. 12 passing, 13 technique, 8 vision. Strength is okay. His quickness, he's pretty pacey. He's got decent acceleration. His natural fitness, stamina, work rate are also good. He's got decent agility and balance. He's a good leader too. I suspect if he's here next year on the squad, and he will be, I'm not intending to let him go unless I get a really good offer for him, somewhere in the range of his 5 to 7.5 million euro transfer value. He'll probably be co-captain or captain. But he comes in and he automatically adds depth to our defensive back line, which I thought was a weakness for us. And then last in on the free transfers, Samir Memisevic can play all the midfield positions. I brought him in for his versatility more than anything else. If we look at his attributes, his tackling is nice, his positioning's good, his aerial's not bad, 6'1", 169 pounds. You know, his movement is nice, his passing is nice. His quickness could be a little bit better, the 10 acceleration, 11 pace. You know, if I was playing him at midfield or defensive mid, I might want that to be a little bit faster. But in terms of fitness, work rate, and stamina, his endurance is really, really good. You know, his strength of 15 paired with a jump range of 12 is nice. 14 aggression, 12 concentration, 14 tackling. He's on a bit of a high salary, 18,000 euros a week, but I felt that was worth it, especially for someone with his versatility. You know, he's a 3.5-star ball-winning midfielder. He's a 3.5-star ball-winning midfielder in mid, and he's a 3-star center back. You know, for someone like that who is, 29 years old, I think that's worth it. He adds even more depth, plus the versatility he has at the midfield positions just makes him that much more valuable. Now, he put me over my salary spend, but I had a little bit of wiggle room, so I was more than happy to do that. On the outs, Leo Petro went to Konyaspor on loan for 28,000 euros. Eamon Muflek, my young defensive mid who has a decent amount of potential. Norwich came in and he absolutely jumped at it. And it was one of those cases where my philosophy is, unless I think you're really, really important to the team and I can't afford to lose you, I don't want to let you go. If I am going to let you go, it's not going to be a club in the same division unless they're paying me a boatload of money. Norwich made an offer for him. All these other teams made an offer for him. Norwich's was still the highest. And of course, I let him go for 2.2 million, and the instant he signs with them, his value goes up to 10. There ain't no justice sometimes. Dylan Shambast went to Lokomotiv Plovdiv on loan. He wanted playing time. And Yvonne McCann went to St. Gallen on loan. They came and made a really nice offer for him that I said, okay, sure. I'm more than happy to do that. So today we're going to play Sochaux, we're going to play Bastia, and then figure out what we're doing next. We'll probably come back for something in here, you know, Metz and Grenoble or something like that. Depends on what the standings are. So, in other news, this is like my 4th attempt to record this because my computer was throwing me some weird error. I had a bunch of programs open. I had Calc. I use LibreOffice, so I had Calc open. I had Vivaldi open, that's my browser that I use. I had a couple other programs open, and it threw up this error about XML and AMD, because I have an AMD machine, and it was just like, okay, what am I doing wrong here? It was just like, I'm just going to go through and close some stuff and restart the machine and see what happens. So, I played the Sochaux game once before, didn't get the error, so I'm hoping I'm not going to get it again. I didn't want to skip it because I've skipped all those other games. So, let's see. Oh, that's right. I thought it was something wrong with the game, so I literally, at one point in time, I thought it was FM causing the issue, which was strange because I'd never seen that error before in any other version of FM I played, so I deleted it and reinstalled it. Now I have to go back through and redo all my views and whatnot, things like that. It's first world problems. I swear, first world problems. I did turn the volume down too. Hopefully that helped. I'll play sideline for a little bit. Monconduit, Girardin, Memisevic. For Monconduit, Jordan. Barrow. Nemesevic. All the way up. Palencia holds it up, turns around, crosses it in. Asgul knocks it away. Mauricio heads it, but Silva ends up with it. Interesting first touch. Heads it in. Cafaro is there, but he pushes it wide left. Silva on the throw-in. Gets it to Gelhardt. Camacho. Centers it. Cafaro's right there to tap it in. That was too easy. His 12th goal of the season. He's on loan. I'm debating whether or not I want to try and make that permanent. We'll have to wait and see. Half hour in, we've had 4 shots, 1 on target. Just the one clear-cut chance. Coming up on halftime. Been a really quiet game so far. Statistically speaking, we're pretty even in terms of shots and shots on target. Well, we were literally 30 seconds ago when I looked. All of a sudden, at the end of the game, they got 4 more shots and 3 on target, for crying out loud. The other thing I'm having an issue with, and believe me, 20, 25 years ago, this wouldn't be a problem, but the labels for the players are just really, really tiny. We got a post on the forum asking if there's a way I can increase them, because no matter what scale I'm playing in, Tuanzebe picked up an injury. I did not see a note about that. Get him off here in just a second. Girardin. Anyhow, name size. No one knows how to increase them, which, you know, as long as I hold my head right and I'm not clicking through the wrong part of my bifocals, I'm okay. Oh, how was that not a foul? Lulu, and he hits the crossbar. You know what? We'll see what's going on with Tuanzebe. Visual foot injury. Okay, we'll take him off and bring on Sane. Nador throws it in. Sao heads it away. It goes to Nadaye. Nador is there, and Wiesbach sends that into the stands. We had about 6 games where we didn't have any fans. I don't know if that's related to what happened last season or something that happened in game. Something tells me it's related to last season and the fans storming the field. But we literally had 4 home games, maybe more, but 4 home games where we had no home fans in the stadium. We'll bring on Lulbray there. Everyone else not doing too hot. Gelhardt's not. Dumbia up to Kalulu. Dispossessed. No, Palencia is dispossessed. Kalulu gets it back. Ndaye. Nute. Oh, Wiesbach. Oh, Green, a nice save. Sane kicks it away. And the highlight ends. We haven't had any shots since the first half. Oh, now we got 1. 2 more. Okay, we're doing well. We're doing well. We scraped by with a 1-0 win. I can live with that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I really am. The other thing I need to check is, did I register that other striker we signed? Let me save the game here real quick. They had more shots than us. They had more XG than us. We had more possession than them. When's that out for? 1 to 3 days. That's not bad. 1 or 6 straight. Knock the press conference out of the way here. 3. Here. Go registration. They never registered. Okay. We shall have to get him a game here in a couple of days when we play Boston. We'll be back with that match in just a bit. As an example of what you can get in ScreenFlow, this is the Oceania Champions League. Not that I'm expecting Jeffrey Strickland, who plays for Tupapa Marenga from the Cook Islands, to be world-class by any stretch of the imagination, but these are the results you get, you know? And at the end of the day, it gives you that much more insight into players that are out there. I may have mentioned it in the past episode. I have the largest database possible downloaded. So, you know, they're out there. It's just a matter of finding them. Depends on how hard you look. So, now, if, what's his name? Raphael Leai from Solomon Islands pops up. We'll take a look at him. The transfer window is underway, and there's an issue with the skin where, you know, with deadline day, the colors flip, and the color combination on the skin is just kind of messed up. So it's going to be a little bit longer to get through it. We're going to have Green and goal, Nade and Sane as the defensive back, Alvarez and Palencia as the wing backs, Girardin as the halfback behind Lulbray and Monconduit. Garnacho and Cafaro are the wing back, Gelhardt up top as the striker. hopefully, this is just one of those minor things that that I know will get fixed eventually. For the moment, it's just a matter of trying to remember where everything is and going from there. Not even a minute in the game. We got a free kick from distance. Lobre. Oh, Fabri, a nice save. Cafaro buries it. Not as happy because I didn't let him go out on loan. I wanted to keep him here. Lorient came in for an offer with Sal, paying $30,000 a month in loan fees or something like that. I let him go. That is probably not happy, but I wanted to keep him here. He's a little bit older, a little bit more experienced. Sal needs first-team playing time. And with Twanzebe here, I didn't think Sal was going to get it all that much. Even though Twanzebe's out injured at the moment, it was just a bruised foot. Valencia, Gelhardt. Garnacho absolutely buries it. We are 2-0 up against Bastia in 10 minutes. Bastia, I mentioned before, is an interesting squad. I played them in FM23. Oh, I'm on Conduit. Nice save by Fabri. And they were relegated at the end of the 2017-2018 season. And then the French Football Federation found out they had some financial irregularities. And they were dropped down from League 2 to League 3. And then in the course of that, they found even more financial irregularities. The club ended up disbanding. It used to be Bastia something else. And they rebranded themselves as SC Bastia. Disbanded their first squad. Their reserve team, which was in the 5th tier at the time, became their first squad. And that's where I started playing them. Now, historically, they've gotten back-to-back-to-back promotions. And as a result, they are now in League 2, but they still have money issues. You know, for everybody who wanted to play Bordeaux and they thought Bordeaux was going down to the Championnat National last season before the French Football Federation let them stay in 2nd division, you can play Bastia for a challenge. It's definitely going to be one. 13 shots, 4 on target, decent possession advantage. Goals by Cafaro and Garnacho. We're doing really well. Get about 60 minutes in, make a couple changes, hopefully. Nade, Rodden, one Conduit, Lobre, Garnacho. Gets it back inside. Top of the box, takes a shot, hits it just wide right. Really good effort, though. $60 minutes in, let's make a couple of changes here. Everybody's doing really good. We're going to get Gelhardt off. I got to look real close. And bring on Gonzalez. Bring on Memisevich for Sane. Save our last sub. We're just absolutely dominating Bastia. Times like these, I'm kind of happy we have the colored bars, because then, you know, they tell the story just as much as the numbers would. Probably not going to get any... Oh, I was going to say, we're probably not going to get any highlights. Cafaro sends it in. Knocked away, but Alvarez is going to run it down. Dude picked up a yellow already. Jeez. Novosevich. Don't know what the heck was going on there. It looked like he was trying to walk all over the ball. Palencia dispossessed. It was 3-on-1. Can't really fault Bastia for that. Nade recovers the ball. Gets to Cafaro. He chests it down. Feeds Danny. Off the post. That was unlucky. Cafaro. Knocked away by Ndiaye. Lobre's there. Danny tries taking another shot from distance. Bounces away. Vincent's going to get it. There's no one back there to stop him. He's going to be one-on-one with Green. Are they going to get a late goal? No, they're not. Green with the kick save. Oh, someone was fouled. Oh, it was one of my guys who was fouled. Okay, I can live with that. And a solid 2-0 victory for us. A lot of really good performances. Not the best debut for Gonzalez, but I am okay with that. We'll go out to the end of the transfer window. We'll wrap that up because it's going to end in a day. I really don't have any more moves unless someone comes in and absolutely makes a killer offer. Well, not even a killer offer, but a really good offer for one of the players that I'm not planning on keeping past this summer anyways. I'd consider it. I think we've got enough quality and squad depth at all the positions that we can let some of these third and fourth string players go. So currently we're 5 points ahead of Mets in first place, which is still nothing to sneeze at. I mean, it's easily overcome with the amount of time we have left in the season. It's only the end of January, for crying out loud. Lord knows I've blown 5-point leads before with 3 weeks left in the season. So maybe not on YouTube, but in my personal saves I have. Performance. And 2 hours remaining. We'll get to the end of this here. And then we'll look at the final outs into that end mat. The circle stopped moving for a minute. I thought the arrow was going to kick itself back up again. That would have been slightly scary. Times like these, I'm glad that SI doesn't randomize the answers. Otherwise, you could be in a world of hurt. In that case, you just switch to a different skin, but I am not too worried about it. What is this? Copa Libertadores. Jose Castillo, most goals. Ooh. Now, see, this is when something... Oh, he's 39 years old. Okay. Now, if he was 19 years old or maybe even 29, I would take a look at him. I mean, 11 to 19 technique, 12 to 18 jumping reach. The acceleration should have been a dead giveaway. This must be qualifying. Okay, now see, this is a perfect example, I think. Brian Whittle, he's 22 years old, Ecuadorian, 6'2", 189 pounds. 7 to 13 finishing, 14 to 20 heading, 11 to 16 first touch. 7 to 15 acceleration, 9 to 15 pace, 6 to 11 jumping range, 12 to 17 strength. You know what? We'll scout him for two matches. No, that's fine. And we will add him to the short list for 3 months. 15 minutes. Top transfer window deal. Axel Twanzebe on a free. I can live with that. Decent amount of profit this month. Our overall balance is doing really well. We're not financially. We're solid. I think if we look at the club overview, it says secure, which I'm okay with. What I might do though is if we go to facilities, excellent training facilities, great youth facilities, good academy coaching, good youth recruitment. Wonder if we go to the board, see if they want to improve the youth recruitment. Couldn't hurt to ask. Improve the facilities as well. We'll go one more day here. All these games in quick succession. It's another thing I remember from my Bastia save. When you get up to a certain level, top flight of League One, you're in top 6 spots and you're competing between the Coup de League games, the Coup de France games, your European games. There's months where you have 7 games in 30 days sort of thing. 6 games in 30 days. It's just absolutely, that's when you hope you've done a really good job scouting and that your second and third team players can step up for a couple games or two. Looks like there's a couple loan deals that still may happen. Saidu Sal went to Lorient, 37,000. Yeah, they're paying 7.5 a month. An interesting episode to say the least. Yeah, this whole French Cup thing, I totally blew it on that. I took a look at it. It was late at night, and I thought, there's no way we're going to beat Lyon. So, of course, we shut them out 3-0. And then I thought, well, there's no way we're not going to lose to Clermont. And then I forgot Clermont was in League One, and they thumped us. So, I mean, it wasn't even a really close game. I can't remember if we looked at the statistics on that or not. I mean, yeah, we had more possession. We had 13 shots, 7 on target, but they made the most of their goals. So, when they had their opportunities, they took them and we didn't. So, but we are doing really, really well. I am quite happy with how things are going. We are currently 5 points ahead of Metz and Bordeaux. Looks like the league is kind of splitting itself apart from Le Havre, Lahac on up. Those are going to be the 5 teams competing for a spot. So I think I really like our chances. Now, there's nothing saying I can't foul this up, but I think finishing first 2 places is definitely doable. Okay, so we will come back for... Where's New York? I wasn't looking at New York. There's a relegation squad. Okay, we'll come back for one of those 2. Depends on how I feel about it. But we're going to play either PFC or Le Havre, and we're going to play New York. New York's the game. It's which one on either side are we going to be playing. So with that said, a very good episode for us. Some really good games. Some very nice performances. I'm quite happy with where we're going and what we're doing. The transfer window was very nice. I think getting Axel Tuanzebe on a free was very good. We let a couple players go that I think were worth letting go, but the transfer window is when all the big moves are going to take place. This year was simply about holding on and doing what we could to try and secure promotion, or to get as close to securing promotion as possible. Right now, that looks possible. Even probable. I said that out loud. You'd think I'd learn, but I like our chances. All that said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM23. I thank you very much for watching.